Excited, thrilled and enchanted we are to witness the architects, engineers, professionals of the field of building construction and interiors gathered for the knowledge sharing series of IIA MP chapter, where you are going to witness a presentation on the topic Avenues for Architects in Urban Infrastructure Development by the renowned and famous architect Shri Charanjit Singh SHAH sir. I welcome the keynote speaker of today's program, architect Charanjit Singh SHAH sir. साथ ही हम अभिनंदन और स्वागत करते हैं हमारे अपने वरिष्ठ एवं सम्मानीय आर्किटेक्ट श्री अमोघ गुप्ता सर का। अमोघ सर और उनकी उपलब्धियां से हम सब परिचित हैं, लेकिन उनकी अभी हाल की एक उल्लेखनीय उपलब्धि है कि सर SPA दिल्ली के चेयरमैन के बाद अब SPA विजयवाड़ा के भी चेयरमैन हैं, और उनकी इस उपलब्धि पर हम सब की ओर से उन्हें ढेरों बधाइयां। A big round of applause for him please। और सर हमारे आज के इस प्रोग्राम के गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर भी हैं। हम स्वागत करते हैं सर्वदा हसमुख सर्वप्रिय आर्किटेक्ट श्री संजीव बम सर का। संजीव सर हमारे आज के इस कार्यक्रम के स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं। And a very warm welcome to all the architects, engineers, professionals of the field of building construction. Welcome all. शुभम करोति कल्याणम आरोग्यम धन संपदा शत्रु बुद्धे विनाशाय दीपम ज्योति नमोस्तुते। मंगलम शुरुआत के लिए आइए हम सब मिलकर दीप प्रज्वलित करते हैं। तो दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए आई रिक्वेस्ट द की नोट स्पीकर ऑफ द प्रोग्राम आर्किटेक्ट चरणजीत सिंह शाह सर, गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर आर्किटेक्ट अमोघ गुप्ता सर, स्पेशल गेस्ट आर्किटेक्ट संजीव बम सर, सीनियर आर्किटेक्ट प्रोफेसर के चक्रवर्ती सर, डायरेक्टर एरएलएम श्री यश पटेल सर, and the chapter chairman architect Vibha Srivastava madam. I request you to please escort all the distinguished guests for the lamp lighting. संभाव के उद्घोष और मंगल दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ आइए कार्यक्रम का आगाज करते हैं with floral welcome of our distinguished guest. I request Architect Charanjit Singh Shah sir to please come on stage, and I request the chapter chairman Architect Vibha Srivastava to present a bouquet to him. स्वागत की इस कड़ी में मैं अनुरोध करूंगा आर्किटेक्ट विनय आर्किटेक्ट अमोक गुप्ता सर से कि प्लीज वो स्टेज पर आए, और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा आर्किटेक्ट विनय श्रीवास्तव जी से कि एक पुष्प गुच्छ देकर अमोक गुप्ता सर का स्वागत करें। सर आप बैठिए। Now I request Architect Sanjeev Bamsar to please come on stage. Sanjeev Bamsar, the special guest for today's program, and I request Architect Akshay Selukar to please come over here on stage and present a bouquet to Sanjeev Bamsar, please. I request Architect K.K. Chakravarti sir to please come on stage, please. And to greet him with a floral welcome, I request Architect Subhranshu Upadhyay sir to please come and present a bouquet to him. पटेल जी का स्वागत है स्टेज पर। सर आप लोग सब प्लीज बैठिए। चक्रवर्ती सर आप भी प्लीज बैठिए। आई रिक्वेस्ट आइए प्लीज। आई रिक्वेस्ट आर्किटेक्ट मनोज टीमल जी to please present a bouquet to him. Thank you, distinguished guest. Now I request Architect Vibha Srivastava for her address. Thank you, distinguished guests. Thanks a lot. Architect Shashwat Naidu to please take over from here.
Good evening to everyone. It's great to have such an august gathering of architects here in Bhopal. I'm architect Vibha Shrivastava, chairperson of the IIA MP chapter for the term 2023-25. We have gathered here today to listen to the renowned architect and king of airport design, who has kindly graced this occasion and has decided to share his vast knowledge on urban infrastructure development with us. Thank you for accepting our invitation and joining us today, sir. I would also like to thank Architect Amok Kumar Gupta, former chairman of IIA chapter, and all the seniors and my other fellow architects for your presence. We at IIA chapter have set a goal for the tenure 2023-25 to make the chapter happening very active with everyone's participation, encouraging the talents of the architecture fraternity with our effective and efficient, renaissance and research approach. We want to be creative with new and innovative ideas. We want to make it very happening with a multifaceted approach in the organization and conduct of various activities of chapter. We aim to make the chapter very active with the conduct of chapter activities at the national and at the state level. It is a mammoth task and needs heroic efforts from each and every member of the fraternity so that we can be participatory with other centers and sub-centers as well. We all know that the whole fraternity is immensely talented, and we at IIA envision to enhance and acknowledge the talents of the fraternity with our creative and innovative ideas. This demands energetic, effective, efficient and dedicated efforts from all of us. We want to be resurgent and renaissant, revived, invigorated and a refreshed approach in all the activities of the IIA MP chapter. This is how we aim to be creative, active, participatory, respecting and encourage the talents and organizing and conducting all pursuits efficiently with a resurgence. Let me introduce my team. I am the chairperson of IIA MP chapter, Architect Anish Pal Singh, Honorable Treasurer, Architect Manoj Shrimal, Honorable Joint Secretary, Executive Member, Architect Subhranshu Upadhyay and Architect Sandeep Sankat. Architect Darpan Bhalera, Architect Navdeep Singh, Architect Swapnil Shukla, co-opted member Architect Vinay Shrivastava and Architect Ambar Vyas. This chapter is not complete without its other centers and sub-centers, so I take this opportunity to introduce the extended team as well. Bhopal Center led by Chairman Architect Akshay Selukar and his team. Then Indore Center is led by Architect Nitin Gule and his team. Jabalpur Sub-Center led by Prajwal Shrikhande and his team. Vindhya Sub-Center led by Chairman Architect Raviraj Parihar and his team. The MP chapter envisions to conduct seminars, workshops, symposiums, panel discussions with various architectural and social concerns. We also want to celebrate the various specific and concerned days of the year. We are planning to collaborate with various schools of architecture for the conduct of various students-focused events. We not only have concerns for the architects, but for their families too, and for them we are planning to celebrate the festivals together. We are also envisioning to conduct awareness programs in the field of architecture and allied fields. One of the one of the major event is the IIA NetCon 2024. The foundation day of MP chapter is foundation year of MP chapter is 1975. It will be the 50th year of establishment of IIA MP chapter, and this will be conducted as the national conference of IIA to celebrate and commemorate the 50th year of establishment. This is how we have planned and envisioned to complete conduct of the IIA chapter activities throughout the 2-year duration, and with this we are imagining a new beginning and are hopeful to take IIA activities to newer heights. Thank you.
I request Academic Shashwat now to please take over.
Thank you, Bhagavan, for such a fantastic presentation. Thank you, Sandeep sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shashwat Naidu, and I will be talking you through the next segment of today's event. It took a mammoth effort over the past few days to bring this event to this platform. A lot of hard work has been done by all the team members involved in this knowledge series. The chapter chairperson has already introduced the chapter, the centers and the sub-centers, and it is now time to invite everyone on stage. To do the honor and felicitation, I request Architect Amol Gupta ji and Architect Sanjeev Bamsar to kindly come on stage and felicitate the teams. Architect Amol Gupta sir and Sanjeev sir. A round of applause. Now I'll request Architect Vibha Srivastava, the chapter chairman, to kindly lead her complete team onto the stage. My bad. I have to correct myself. I stand corrected. Chairperson, not chairman. Please welcome on stage the MP chapter team led by So on stage we have Architect Manoj Srimal, who is the honorary treasurer, Architect Anish Pal Singh, Joint Secretary Architect Manoj Srimal ji, our honorary treasurer Architect Anish Pal Singh ji, all the executive council members, starting with Architect Shubhranshu Upadhyay, Dr. Sandeep Sankat, Architect Vinay Srivastava, Architect Darpan Bhalerao, Architect Swapnil Shukla, Architect Navdeep Singh, so as we speak, the dignitaries are pinning the badges on badges to the chapter team. This signifies the official assignment of authority and responsibility to all the team members. A big round of applause. The chapter team is now charged with the responsibility as they take on their journey for the coming year. Thank you, sir. I request the chapter team to return. Sir, please remain on stage. I request Architect Amol Gupta sir and Sanjeev sir to stay with us on the stage. And I will now ask the center teams to now join us on the stage, starting with starting with the IIA Bhopal Team Center. So the IIA Bhopal Center is, I will request Architect Akshay Silukar, the Chairman of the Bhopal Center, to lead his team on the stage. A round of applause for the Bhopal Center team. On stage, we have, I will request the dignitaries to hand over the certificates and the memento to the center chairman, who is collecting it on behalf of his entire team. Thank you. We will now, moving on, we will now invite the team from IIA Indore Center, led by Center Chairman Architect Nitin Gule. Okay. So I'm told Architect Nitin Gule could not be present today, so I'll request the Joint Honorary Secretary Architect Snehal Sontake, if she may kindly come to the stage, together with everyone who's present from Indore Center. Entire team from Indore Center. All right. So, short and sweet, Indore team is represented by Architect Snehal Sontake and Architect Vikas Dwivedi on stage. Big round of applause. Thank you. Next up is the sub-center of IIA at Jabalpur. Is there anybody from Jabalpur who is present here? Anyone from Jabalpur? Architect Prajwal Shrikhande? No, I believe the Jabalpur Center is not represented here tonight. Moving on, I will ask the IIA sub-center Vindhya in Satna, Architect Raviraj Singh and team to kindly come to the stage. Please put your hands together for Architect Raviraj Singh and his team. I believe this is the year for Satna Sub-Center. This is the first time. So applause for another round of applause. The enthusiasm that has been shown by the team leader, Chairman Architect Raviraj Singh due to his efforts, the new sub-center has been established at Satna as the Vindhya sub-center. So that concludes felicitation of the chapter team and the center team. I will thank Architect Amol Gupta and Sandeep Singh, and also Center Chairperson Architect Vipash Srivastava for doing the honors. With this, I again hand over the mic to Dr. Sandeep Sankat for the next stage of the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shashwati. Learning is a never-ending and it's a lifelong process, and we all should keep learning. तो इस बात पर मुझे नफस अम्बावली का एक शेर याद आता है कि जुनू है जहन में तो हौसले तलाश करो, जुनू है जहन में तो हौसले तलाश करो, मिसाले आबे रवां रास्ते तलाश करो। और ये इस्तराब भी बहुत जरूरी है, ये इस्तराब रगों में बहुत जरूरी है। उठो सफर के नए सिलसिले तलाश करो। तो मिसाले आबे रवां यानी बहते हुए पानी की तरह, और कुछ कर गुजरने के जुनून के इज़्तिराब यानी बेचैनी के साथ में हमारे मैनेट आर्किटेक्चर डिपार्टमेंट के छात्रों ने एक कमाल की उपलब्धि हासिल की है। The student of Managed Architecture Department have participated in the annual NASA Design Competition, the ANDC, and designed a beautiful library with titled Kitabi Masti. This is a library designed completely utilizing the waste material. An example set by the young budding architects of Managed Bhopal to deliver excellent architecture. That is best out of waste. Kindly witness the extensive and innovative effort of the students with this video. मुझे ज़्यादा शब्द जोड़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। The video is self-explanatory.
क्या बना रहे हो? हाँ?
And we often wondered how far would it go? Could waste be casted into built forms? To weave the past into the present by using what has already been used, processed and discarded into life. To explore the possibilities of molding pre-utilized materials into sustainable spaces, we navigated through the city in search of a site that binds our will to serve the community until we were here. Kitabi Masti Library, a learning space led by a 17-year-old girl living in the slums of Bhopal, was a small step made years ago that has turned into a big journey now. A pure-hearted cause and smiling faces of children had the potential of converting walk the talk into reality. The pressing need to come up with mechanisms that would solve the problems of leakage, sanitation, lack of space and ventilation. We brainstorm our design through ideas that could aim for diversity and inclusivity, keeping the needs in mind to making the space comfortable and efficient. We achieved an all-inclusive design by expanding space, enhancing interiors, and creating additional storage options, all while promoting sustainability and material awareness. Through a visionary fundraising campaign, we united a diverse community, sparking curiosity to join our cause. We paved our way through the streets of Bhopal in search of what treasures these ancient buildings store. We dug through the debris. We searched through the junk. We gathered all that the city offered out of its dust. The tin containers grinded and hammered to flat edges are installed as horizontal shelves in the walls, fastened along discarded aluminium panels, promoting ventilation. With consultation from skilled laborers who guided us to do things in vernacular ways, to the doors that were made by joining plywood panels. Despite the harsh rain and the fluctuating weather conditions, our team has only utilized every single second by doing origami made of nylon sheets. The tin roof extracted is used as a sunshade in front. The iron mesh is functioning as a gave-in wall, and the rods below the roof make the withstanding framework. The discarded terracotta tiles were cleaned, painted, and placed on the frame with bamboo joinery to make the sloping roof. Our structure is finally taking its shape. We are only a few steps away from making the dream of these children a bit more possible, holding hands with Muskan. The heartfelt participation of children and the locals present at site in our building process right from the scratch till the very end has only warmed our hearts more and more to keep going. Turning someone's trash into our treasure, we have transformed our project into a lively enclosure with blackboards and softboards where kids eagerly interact. The design we crafted carefully addresses all user needs, from beating the heat to optimizing the compact space. We achieved this through high roofing for ample ventilation and clever storage solution with lock mechanisms. Our flexible door openings also make it ideal for community gatherings and festivities.
दीदी पहले ना हम लोग सही से बैठ नहीं पाते थे और जो फ्लैग्स लगी हुई थी बहुत कमजोर थी तो उस पर हम लोग लिख नहीं पाते थे और गर्मी भी बहुत लगती थी। तो हमने स्टार्टिंग से लास्ट तक ये इस स्ट्रक्चर को बनते हुए देखा जो कि बहुत अच्छा था। फिर बहुत सारी मेहनत की आप सभी भैया दीदी लोगों के साथ में मिलकर। उसके बाद मेरे से और भी लड़कियाँ हैं जो अलग अलग स्लम एरिया में ऐसा काम करती हैं। तो हम चाहते हैं कि अगर हम हमें चांस मिला तो हम वहाँ पर भी ऐसा ही स्ट्रक्चर बनाएंगे आप लोगों की मदद लेके।
ये तो दिल्ली के ताजमहल के बाद भारत में ये मेरा तो आप सबको भी देखो।
As we gathered for the grand inauguration, the spirit of assemblage and curiosity filled the air, signifying the beginning of a new chapter of the Adivasi and our life. The debris did not settle into the earth. It rose to the heights of the world. Laughter echoed within the library. Everyone believed one day this would come to life.
Yes, it is an excellent effort by the Indian students. Okay, तो जो पढ़ता है वही दुनिया को पढ़ाता है। आज की मेहनत कल रंग लाती है। श्रद्धा ज्ञान देती है, नम्रता मान देती है, योग्यता स्थान देती है और तीनों मिल जाएं तो व्यक्ति को हर जगह सम्मान देती है। हमारे मैनेट के छात्रों की श्रद्धा, नम्रता और सर्वोपरि उनकी योग्यता का IIA MP चैप्टर सम्मान करता है और इन छात्रों की हौसला अफजाई के लिए हम उन्हें पुरस्कृत भी करना चाहते हैं। तो thus for the felicitation of these students, I request Architect Charanjit Singh Shah sir and Architect Amar Gupta sir to please come on stage. I request Architect Vibha Srivastava to kindly escort the dignitaries. I now invite Ms. Sukriti Bharadwaj and Mr. Pranav Parle to come over here and receive their certificates. It's a big group. We are collectively giving these certificates to these students. Thank you, Amok sir and Shah sir. For this venture, we have been supported by Aerolim. The director of Aerolim, Mr. Yash Patel, is a young dynamic computer engineer from Gujarat. He is giving his services to Aerolim from past 6 years. He is the man behind branding, design, selection and import also. He is very hardworking, dedicated and confident about the vision and mission of the company. Mr. Yash has good interpersonal skills and is the key person in Aerolim team. Kindly play the presentation of Aerolim, please. Mr. Yash Patel ji, and his team to please come on stage. Mr. Yash Patel ji and the complete team. I request the Executive Council Member of IIA MP Chapter, Architect Subranshu Upadhyay, to please come on stage for the felicitation of Erlen with a memento and stool. Architect Subranshu Upadhyay, sir, please. Thank you, Mr. Yash Patel ji and the whole team, and thank you, Subranshu sir, as well. Bahut hua intezar. Coming to today's keynote address, Professor Charanjit Singh SHAH is an architect, planner, and infrastructure expert with 5 decades of practice. He is an author, scholar, educationist, teacher, art and architecture critic, practicing sustainable green architecture. His work speaks of his contribution looking beyond architecture and development of large infrastructure projects like airports, metro stations, railway stations, transit-oriented development, intermodal hub, and creating sustainable, walkable, cyclable neighborhood, and creating Indian sustainable smart cities of tomorrow. He is being adorably called as Airport King. Few of his milestone projects include Chennai Airport, Amadham Dairy Complex, NCUI Institutional Complex, Raipur Airport, Goa Airport, Vadodara Airport, Agartala Airport, Bhubaneswar Airport, Charbagh Railway Station, Kota Railway Station, Times Square Mall in Naya Raipur, James School Kochi, IIM Ranchi, IIT Jodhpur, and Kongu Convention Center, Tamil Nadu, and the recently executed Kartarpur Land Port Terminal at Dera Baba Nanak, inaugurated by Shri Narendra Modi in November 2019. Recently, his works and legacy of the past 50 years have been published in the National Monthly Architecture Plus Design, December issue 2019. Professor Shah has also successfully initiated Smart Habitat Foundation, a center of excellence in pursuits of art and architecture, urban planning, transport, and infrastructure, a platform where academicians and practitioners come together to interact in a form of a serious dialogue, bridging the gap between academics and practical applications. He has been professor and visiting professor for the various prestigious architecture institutions of New Delhi. He has been published widely, and the notable publications are Redefining Indian Smart and Sustainable Cities, Evolution and Usage of Steel, Architect's Handbook Ready Reckoner, Architectural Handbook Series, Water Supply and Sanitation, Architectural Handbook Series, Kitchens, The Romance of Construction, Professional Practice and Project Management Towards Sustainable Development, various prominent publications in print and digital media like A+D, GLITZ, ACE, Update, NBM and CW, IFJ, Interior, Exterior, etc. He has received many awards: National Unity Award 1995, Udyog Gaurav Award 1996, Certificate of Merit, Indian Institute of Architects, Best Planned Airport Raipur Award, CBR, oh my god. If I'm going to read, I think it will take a lot of time. And instead of unnecessary listening me, it's better we listen Architect Charanjit Singh Shah sir. So I welcome you over here for your keynote address, sir.
नमस्कार। पहले तो मैं सबसे पहले माफी मांगता हूँ कि मैंने आपके पास 4 अक्टूबर को आना था और आज 26 अक्टूबर है। You know, and everybody knows what happened. My passport was practically snatched in the metro at Rome, and that is how I could not make it on 4th. So पहले मैं ऑर्गेनाइजर से बस मेरे हाथ में नहीं था, लेकिन फिर भी मेरी माफ़ी तो बनती है ना। तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि इधर आया हूँ और I see a great vibrant architecture fraternity here. You know, वो कहते हैं ना गदगद हो जाता है बंदा, मैं तो गदोगद हो गया। You know, so that is what I see. और जब इतने डॉक्टर हैं यहाँ पे, तो मुझे कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है यार, मैं आर्किटेक्ट लिखूं और इतने बड़े डॉक्टर बैठे हैं यहाँ पे, डॉक्टर अमोक, डॉक्टर संजीव एंड मैडम सारे। लेकिन संदीप आपने जो कहा ना, मेरे दिल को लग गया। संदीप की मेरी एसोसिएशन बहुत पुरानी है जामिया मिलिया से। तो एक तो यार आप इतने जबरदस्त संस्कृत श्लोक बोले आप, और हिंदी में आपने जो बच्चों के लिए प्रेज किया ना, सम्मानित किया उनको, और उससे पहले जो आपने एडजेक्टिव लगाए वो मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगे। बुड्ढों को तो सब सम्मानित करते हैं ना, मेरे जैसे बंदे सफेद दाढ़ी वाले, तो सब कहते हैं यार ये इन्होंने बहुत किया, ये किया। लेकिन the clear minds, the young guys, ये जो 2 बच्चे आए हैं ना यहाँ पे स्टेज पे, I adore you. You know, आपने क्या बनाया उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन जो दिल से बनाया that makes a difference. You have put soul into architecture, participation, social awareness, you know, and that touch of materials. तुम्हें कितना ज्ञान मिल गया होगा यार, जितना कि 5 साल में शायद डॉक्टर संजीव हम नहीं दे पाएंगे इनको कमरे के अंदर बैठ के। जो इन बच्चों ने वहां बाहर इतना डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट किया, मतलब मैं देख रहा था वो, मैं अपनी तो प्रेजेंटेशन ही भूल गया कि मैंने भी कुछ किया है, तो मैंने भी दिखाना है, मैं तो तुम्हारा ही फैन हो गया हूँ, you know. So it doesn't matter in life you do something big or you do something small, but you do with passion, with love, adoration, and the romance. That is what you have done in your works. So, first of all, I must congratulate you and the college management and my friend, Dr. Amok. Without him, I am nothing. Sir, aapko salute. You know why? Because he started that project, you were there, and when the project was completed, he was there. So, हमारे जैसे जो बुढ़े आदमी है ना, उनका तो आशीर्वाद ही है, लेकिन real talent is with you guys, and our nation is with you. और जब हमारा youth इतना intelligent है, I think the future of India is very good. Sustainability is a word wherever we say, okay, this is sustainable. You know, why if I take a food somewhere, I also say, yeah, ये sustainable है. Because sustainable की dimension आजकल अलग-अलग हो गई है. एक आदमी है वो 200 रुपए की शर्ट लेके कहता है यार मेरे लिए तो वो सस्टेनेबल है, और दूसरा बंदा जाता है एक बड़े मॉल में. मैं कल ही गया सेलेक्ट सिटी वॉक पे, तो मैंने देखा यार एक स्टोर में, आई एम जस्ट फॉरगेटिंग द नेम, तो मैंने देखा शर्ट अच्छी लग रही है, तो मैंने उसका लेबल देख के, अदर देन पुराने आदमियों को ना वो पहले प्राइस देखते हैं, तो मैंने कहा प्राइस क्या है यार, देखो 26,000 for a shirt. Perhaps that is also sustainable for somebody. So it's a matter of perception, but also we see sustainability in terms of which is for the masses, for a common man. How does common man looks into sustainability and beyond? That is what I will just go a little faster because I have a lot of things to show you, because I know the other platforms, the dinner and other things are waiting, but perhaps I think you will hear me out for some time. Now architecture is for the place, for the people, for the purpose. 3 P's which I generally advocate upon, that how do you see that wherever you do, is it for the place, it is for the people, and also for the purpose for which I am doing. It's not that I am doing something which is only cosmetic, which is perhaps, like क्या कहते हैं, fashionable बना दी चीज़, पता लगा यार इसमें दिमाग ही नहीं डाला, shape बहुत अच्छी बन गई, functionality नहीं आ रही, so that is what the purpose of any human settlement, any architecture, anything what you do, what is the purpose like, so that has to be defined. So this is now 54th years of my practice. 3 P's, place, people and purpose, and now we call that, we create something which is mine, Indian. I feel proud of, not that I say यार मैं वहाँ से देख के आया, मैंने उसको कॉपी पेस्ट करके डाल दिया, but मेरे उसके साथ में कोई attachment नहीं. So that Indian, sustainable, and these are the passive ways how to create sustainable architecture, and then after all it has to be smart. So that is what we say, and we were discussing today what is smart cities, what is smart in terms of, today we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about, all sensors, all everything automation. So that is what perhaps we say, we put surveillance, we put cameras, we put other things, and we say, oh, we become smarter. Definitions need to be reflected, and then I say, creating all this, how do you create Indian sustainable, smart human settlement? So this is how, these are some of the projects like we did, like Times Square Mall, or Bell Factory, or Jamshedpur City, Chennai Airport, or a university, and how you are proud to say that they are all sustainable, smart projects. Essentially, what is required to be understood is that who am I? Why I come here? What is my purpose like? And in Gurbani we say, Behi Puraput, Manuk de Puriya, Govind Milan, Eo Teri Bariya. Here it's only to connect with my Govind, with my beloved, my Krishna. How to connect with Krishna? That is what is required. But these 5 elements of the body, God has given us 5 senses. So these 5 elements, the body structure, will only function with the 5 senses, and they make an order, and I start working. My arms start working, my brain start working, my legs start working, I act. So how do you sensitize the 5 elements wherein I get the control? So that perhaps is the gearing of sustainable development. Now, if I see this, these are the 5 elements of which I am made of, and these are the 5 senses, and engulfing together, understanding them together, that perhaps be not with the vices, but with the virtues. What are those 5 virtues by virtue of which I create, which is a touch of my soul, which I adore, which is soothing, which is effective, and which is, I say, vibrating, meditating, and transformative. How to create architecture which is with 5 virtues and away from the 5 vices. If I go somewhere, mujhe काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, अहंकार, these are the vices. And if I create something जहाँ मुझे काम वासनाएं आ जाती है, देख के, तो मेरा आर्किटेक्चर क्या होगा? Which is putting me away. That's why कहीं जाओ तो यार ऐसे लगता है meditating effect, soothing effect. You become so peaceful. There's some water body, there's some other music. It is so natural that you are nearer to the Creator. Within the creation, the Creator lives. Let's see how create that sort of environment which has that power, where I'm sensitizing with 5 senses and smelling those things through the 5 virtues and creating that sort of a human settlement. Maybe it looks very spiritual, maybe it looks very idealistic, but in case in your mind you think of that, you will always try to create that sort of humanistic architecture. So now these are the gears. I take these as design gears. 5 elements, senses, virtues, through the 9 doors, looking into the 10th door, the soul. Anything, whatever you create, if it can be appreciated by your soul, you feel proud of. That is the touch of soul, means belongingness. And that is what we call as 10th door. And in case we are able to do this through the oneness of God, you will never create something which is called as criminality in architecture. Creator and the creation, and design and the nature, respecting love of nature, live nature, and concludingly, it is the Krishna, the Guru, the cosmic energy. It's like formless Krishna, not a form, but the cosmic energy, and the Arjuna, the seeker, look into the cosmic energy, the power of the universe, and then you talk about all the elements which are there within the creation into the architecture. So that is what the understanding of, in terms of, we say sustainability, then we talk about heritage, we talk about nature, then we talk about contemporary architecture. So we also talk about the ancient Vastu. Sometimes not the phonetic Vastu, not the wired Vastu, not the mirror Vastu, but the Vastu Shastra, which gives me basic knowledge, which is practically in alignment of climatology. Solar oscillation, north is the lowest, southwest the highest. How do you address all these things scientifically, which is from the school of thought, architectural school of thought? How do you address these things? That is what is, how the north, the wind, the sun moves and how we address various issues, and that is what we have the great heritage. We have the great civilization where we have already demonstrated this in terms of reality, and we executed the project as per the Vastu. So now, going through the nature, the wind, how do you see that all the negative species in a building, when you talk about, I make a build form, then I have the landscape all around. I just put trees. Never thought that how my landscape can work in a manner where I see that the hot wind is reducing the temperature from 46 degrees to 26 degrees. How do the layers of the landscape can create that sort of an architecture to reduce the velocity of the wind and also the heat of the wind, and also in terms of the solar oscillation. So these are fundamentally, I would say, intelligent way, the passive ways of doing layering the peripheral tree to evergreen trees, to the water bodies, to shrubs, then layering the building, wrapping the building in terms of jali, ventilation, other things. And by cutting this, you reduce from 46 to 26, and you do not have to do any air conditioning. So this is how we had, like, north is the northeast, the lowest, the better, the kitchen, the courtyard, and this is the section, and we precisely say northeast is the lowest, southwest the highest, cutting the southwest sun, and which is in the courtyard, you can comfortably sit in the afternoon below a tree, and you are absolutely, even the heat will not make any difference. These are the basic principles of Vastu, which are in complementing the climatology, complementing the wind direction, complementing the sun oscillation. How all this, particularly using this as the elements, the 5 elements into your design process, water, air, all these green aspects can create green architecture, reducing the humidity, and this is how, see this, and this is how from 44 degrees, if it goes through the peripheral trees to the green trees to the mounds, cutting this, and then it goes into the fountain, then it comes to the building, and here you have jali or wrapping of the building, then you reduce the temperature to practically 26 degrees without doing any air conditioning. So this is how passive ways of sustainable architecture, green architecture. I am not touching the active ways of where you talk of water conservation, you talk of energy, alternative ways, or building management system or something of that kind. But we will only touch upon the passive ways of green architecture today. And this is how now I'll slowly, gradually, from a micro level to a small, housing project. Then we will slowly go. This is Terry Housing Gold Pahadi for, they give GRA rating. And how do you create this? So we were to do the staff housing at Gold Pahadi. So we made the layout in a manner that, like north-south. Then creating that sort of thing. Then the solar movement, east to west, how the sun moves, and how the wind moves, creating the water bodies and other things put together. And this is what is very interesting is that as an architect, as a designer, how can I play with positioning of various things? You see all gray is either secondary, either a kitchen or a bathroom, a balcony or a toilet or a staircase. Gray areas are all services, and white areas are the living areas and the bedroom area here. And this is how you practically wrap the building. The wrapping is outside is all services, so it's like thermal insulation. And the heat is practically trapped into the service area, and the inner living areas are comfortable, and the temperature is, I am not getting any glare sun or any hot wind coming into my inside, and this is how you reduce the, it's like reducing the heat into the living areas in a physical planning way, which is passive ways of, it's up to the architect how you design. If you expose your living area absolutely to, outside, it will get heated up. So this is how, and this is how it works, using the earth-air tunnels where it's required in the very hot, and you use this instead of air conditioning. Another vertical green city in Polachin, Tamil Nadu. Again, we created a green vertical city so that you have, green on top, and also an alternate floor. You have a street connecting all the vertical, multi-storied building, so that you can connect one vertical block to another vertical block. And this is again, mind it, in South, people are very fanatic on Vastu. And we did everything as per Vastu, but not phonetic Vastu, which is based on the solar oscillation, wind direction to make comfortable living. This is what is the layout, and how we, make this sketch up and visualize. And that is, sometimes, if some person is in a myth and you need to address, then you also do those things. Like, we put this here. This is the northeast. Symbolically, we put a lake, a water body on the northeast, because sometimes in the mind of people, they have the psyche. So we also need to address so that he is not being ignored in terms of his psyche of mind. So this is how, did this. Another housing, which affordable housing we did. One of my first projects in 1976, we did this National Cooperative Union of India, Jawaharlal Nehru National Cooperative Complex here at Hoskas. And these, again, looking into the oscillation of sun, how do you see, and you make the, like south facade is dead facade with no windows, and the other north and east, you put your windows, and that is how, when you're designing, you can comfortably do all this so that the heat does not travel inside. On the south, you see in between, these are toilet blocks. So you place the toilet, place staircases on the side where there is a clear sun coming. So this is how. Now this is another building we did in 2005, where adherence to energy conservation building code came in 2006, but we had a draft of it. We said how we can create as energy conservation, keeping all those elements. And this is the block. This is the south side projection, so that you cut the south and southwest sun with the projection. Mind it, also we stimulate and see that the winter sun comes. Winter sun is lower, summer sun is higher. How you stimulate, how you see the projection angle and see that the winter sun should be penetrating, which I need, and summer sun will protect. So these are fundamentally things here. You can always do, as a fancy of an architect, you can make an elliptical building, you can make a triangular building, but mind it, when you come into the interior, we see that everything functions appropriately. So this is how, all these solar panels, everything we try to put in within the building so that it becomes like not net zero, but near to net zero. So this is another building at Jodhpur, which is again, it's a green rated building again, and this is again northeast the lowest, southwest the highest, and this is the front, and this is how it looks. Times Square Mall in Naya Raipur. The client came to us that Naya Raipur, we can't afford to have maintenance of, like 18 rupees per square foot air conditioned building. Can you do something? I just said jokingly, sir, हम तुम्हारा मॉल में ना बिल्कुल नॉन एयर कंडीशन बना देंगे. तो पहले तो वो हंसा कैसे बन जाएगा. तो हमने कहा तो हमारी बात को सुन लो हमारी पूरी, और हम नक्शा बना के देंगे, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट दे देंगे, जो पसंद आएगा तो रखना, चलो मत रखना। So we did this. This is a non-air conditioned mall, wrapping, layering, mutual shading, just basic principles. Northeast is the lowest, southwest the highest. Then you see jali around inside, and this is how we oscillated it, stimulated the building, and taking a lead from street of Jaisalmer, closeness, and then the heat of the sun is not felt at 2 o'clock in Jaisalmer here, when it is actually narrow shading device, so the sun penetrates very little, and that is how again we did here in this jali and wrapping, layering. How do you do this? This is we stimulated this and with this, taking inspiration from India Habitat Center, the courtyard, how the courtyard works, and this similarly we started to use the atrium in the similar manner here inside, and this is how this jali was done, and this is how I do. Ha! It is hot. When I do, it is cool. So fundamental things, basic architecture needs to address. Somebody was telling me that when you work on parameters of design, maybe it is a small project or a larger project, basic principles of design is the same if we talk about sustainability. I need to address the solar oscillation. I have to see how the sun moves. What is the behavior? How do you see that I get clear free light inside and no clear west sun? West sun is very hard. Protect it from version, protect it from the south, by way of insulation, the projection. And this is what has been done here in this. And again, Sugna Poultry, another in south in Coimbatore. This project when we're doing Sugna Poultry is like an integrated poultry egg. I said let's see that I create something which is with Sugna Poultry. So we made this as a laid egg, and this is how from hen to egg to laid egg. And the smaller side of the egg is on the northeast, the bigger side of the egg is on the southwest. So the South Indians are very fanatic. He said, when you're doing this, but I as an architect see it has to work in sustainable manner. He wanted the managing director to sit on the southwest. He said, okay, how does that matter to me? So I put him on the top in the southwest, but making this in an absolutely sustainable manner, how you cut the sun, how you create courtyard within the building, and how you do stepping down and northeast as the lowest. So this is how a club, today we talk about parametrics, and people, my young architects, are very fascinated to create something very dynamic. So that even we thought that let's see that when you make a housing project, the club is something which everybody sees, यार वो बड़ा अच्छा होना चाहिए. तो हमने कहा चलो यार इधर देखिए क्या बनाए, तो हमने ऐसा बना दिया. तो ये तो हमने बना दिया. डिजाइन तो अब क्लाइंट कहता है इसको बनाओ. हमने कहा कैसे बनाए आप? हमने कहा पहले हमारे बच्चे बहुत है काम करने वाले, तो ये बना देते हैं, लेकिन अब बनाना हमारे बस का नहीं है, कैसे बनेगा? सो दैट वाज ए चैलेंज. तो अब मैं इसलिए आपको नरेट कर रहा हूँ, नथिंग इज डिफिकल्ट, इफ देयर इज अ विल देयर इज अ वे, एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल. तो फिर हमने R&D चालू की यार, फिर कोई ना कोई भगवान आदमी भेजता है ना, तो वो चालू हो जाता है काम. तो फिर हमने इसको सोचना चालू किया, स्क्रिप्टिंग की, इसको फिर हमने मौका बनाया ये रायपुर मौका बना नागपुर में, और 1:10 स्केल में हमने बनाया. फिर हमने इसकी मटेरियल निकालने की कोशिश की. तो दिस इज हाउ दिस वाज डन. ये फिर सारा ये बना. अब इसको फिर कपड़े डाले, है ना, फिर ये सारा दिस इज तो दिस this is the story. I'm telling you how the projects are visioned, how the projects are executed. Textile Valley again, a large project on 26 hectares. We have about 400 crore project. We did integrated textile hub where there are 3,000 shops, permanent shop, 15 weekly shop. We have a hotel. We have everything in this. This has been done, and this is Amudam dairy plant, which again we put making a factory. It doesn't look like a factory, and we say यार इसमें खाली टीन शेड ना डाल दें, और कोई इसमें पंगा लेके ना कुछ आर्किटेक्चर प्रोफाइल डालें, तो हमने इसके बीच में वॉल्स डाले, तो क्लाइंट से यार महंगे हो जाएंगे, हमने कहा नहीं सस्ते हो जाएंगे, कहता नहीं सस्ते नहीं चाहिए, अगर बराबर भी हो जाएंगे तो मैं बनाने दूँगा, हमने कहा ठीक है, so we sat with him and showed him that a wall, I don't need reinforcement, in a wall I can open up the shuttering every second day, third day, and I will make it exposed, no plastering, all that we express and make it cheaper, and this was done. All exposed concrete, and we used to open up the shuttering every third day. Only bottom of the beam was left. That's all. So this is how and I will now come into, because people more know me. I've shown this because we do this also. Not that we only do airports. So that's why I said now we come to the various airports. We've done more than 48 airports. Now touching another 52 and global. So किसी ने बोला यार तुमने कोई सपना देखा था कि एयरपोर्ट बनाओगे ना हमें पता ही नहीं था, तो लेकिन एक मिला, एक को सेटिस्फैक्ट्री काम किया, दूसरा हुआ। ऐसे ही डेयरी प्लांट में हमने पहला अमूदाम बनाया था, आज हमने 20 के 25 डेयरी प्लांट्स बनाए। So it's like repetitive orders, your passion, your dedication, it makes a difference. तो मैं जनरली यही कहता हूँ यार घबराया मत करो, पैसे की ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन मैं ये भी कहता हूँ भगवान जब देता है तो चप्पड़ फाड़ के भी देता है। तो I will narrate you that when I will show you Chennai airport. That was a global design competition as per guidelines of Council of Architecture, and limited competition. We got 5% fees on 2,500 crore project. That is the type of, and एक चेक मुझे मिला उसका ना 20 करोड़ का। जब मुझे मिला तो मैं जीरो ही देख रहा था कहाँ है। So कभी आर्किटेक्ट ने देखा ही नहीं है, तो लेकिन भगवान देता है तो होता है ना। लेकिन हमने बांटा। We had 38 consultants, Indian, 38 consultants global. We were working on the project with Gensler, with Frederick Scott. Somebody narrated his name also. So this is how you
the new trends of airport design in India, which we're looking for, any built form should not be treated as a mass of brick and concrete, but as a living organism which breathes and is embodied with nature. Architecture of today needs to be global in terms of technology, but should have a sense of belongingness, ownership to the place and people, penetrating through the great heritage of India.
studied all the
Bhubaneswar and Puri, the twin cities, architecture inspired from the Lord Jagannath chariot, transforming into the modern new trendsetters of aviation architecture. Adaptation of temple architecture in terms of garbling, arches, domes, motifs, jalis, sundials, showcasing and complementing heritage with contemporary architecture. India, inspired from the skyscape of temple architecture, the ghats on the river Ganges, the arati along with the craftsmanship of high-profile silk sarees and carpets are the great symbolism and cultural wine of the holy city of Varanasi. The holistic, rhythmic, repetitive, triangulation and evolution of the form of the 22nd century of airport terminal in India and the symbolism of dynamism and technology in the airport planet.
So, this is how, after doing Chennai Airport, where we use technology, then when we started the second phase of our airport design, we thought, let's see that we create something which has a belonging next to me. That's why when we're doing Bhubaneswar, we touch of Jagannath chariot. Similarly, when we're doing Varanasi, this is one of the options which I've shown you for Varanasi. I'll show you the other one which now we are doing. You need to create that sort of an architecture where now we say, yes, this is Indian, this is sustainable, this is smart, and this is the touch with my place, people and purpose. So that is how, after doing global, works of steel, large span structure, then we said, let's go back to our own heritage. So that is, these are the new, like Bhubaneswar, there's all motifs, all this, I think you have seen. Chennai. Wings of the bird. That was a concept. How do you create that? learned so much how the methodology of work is done, how the quality conscious, how do you create new innovations. We did the largest cantilever of 24 meters, 80 feet here, one of the largest in any of the airport in the world. We were the first one to bend half a meter pipe, 16 mm thick here in India. We made the box section girders for 400 mm with 80 mm waffles, flyover, thinnest flyover, that is steam cured. So technology also makes a lot of this thing. This is how. And then here we were the first one to create intermodal. We connected the metro, we connected the rail, we connected the surface and the international domestic terminal all put together, so that last mile connectivity is there through 40 walklators. So this is how, sustainability. You see the south facade, which has a cantilever of 24 meters to cut the south and southwest sun. That probably you can know better from here, how the sun is cut. And also, we actually propose to even have the car park outside, which has a green top, so that, conduction, convection and radiation, nothing falls into the building and building gets comfortably cooled. That is how we look into various things. You see the central green spine, which gives light from both the sides, glare-free light. And at 7 o'clock, the President of India inaugurated it, and it was daylit. No artificial light was there at 7 o'clock in the evening. So that is the type of, conservation of energy. This is how, and minded, in these large projects, we use all advanced material, maybe double skin, polypropylene, this thing, the carbonate roofing, maybe double glass, insulating glass, even the calzip, double layered calzip has to be sandwiched, with the insulation has to be done. We also use polypropylene paver block, which gives me hard green car park, and you can put your car park on the hard green surface. So that is how the car park can also be done like this, where it's all green, but where you see the grass, you can park your car. So that is how green architecture would be adopted, where there is no radiating effect and there is no black road for the car park. So this is how, all this green vertical gardens, glass tube, various these, Raipur, this was the first airport which God gave us, through a national competition, independently we won it, and that is, we wanted, यार इसमें पंगे लो जितने ले सकते हो ना, बंदे को ना सजाने की आदत होती है, तो हमने इसको बहुत सजाने की कोशिश की, कैसे करें, लेकिन बाद में पता लगा यार जितना हमने सजाया है वो ऊपर से नजर आता है आसमान से, ह्यूमन लाइफ, ह्यूमन स्केल, जो जी का अबूजर पढ़ाता रहा, वो समझ नहीं आया हमें कि भैया सामने से तो चीज़ नज़र वही आएगी, ऊपर से कौन देखेगा, तो हमने रूफ को बहुत सजाना चालू कर दिया इसमें. तो दैट इज, मैं आपको इसे दिखा रहा हूँ, ये हमने प्रोफाइल बनाई एवियन, वेरियस शेपिंग आउट. दिस इज हाउ वी क्रिएटेड दी रूफ. अब ये ऊपर से नज़र आएगी, सामने से तो बहुत कम नज़र आती है. जब हमें रियलाइज किया वाई, we thought that complexity is dynamism. Then we thought, no, simplicity is dynamism. How do you create simplistic architecture, minimalistic architecture? Then we started looking at that. फिर हमने जब बाद में वडोदरा बनाया, अगरतला बनाया, उसको simple कर दिया. So now you see this all car park is green. This is with polypropylene paver block. So you can put your car in the green on the heart. This is how it works, and this was the avian bird from where we started looking at it, and this is the complexity of roof. हमें इस रूफ बनाने में बहुत मुश्किल पड़ी, पंगे ले लिए थे, लेकिन इसको बनाने में, every piece was difficult to be made. There were a lot of issues, lot of problems. रात की नींद खराब हो जाती थी, लेकिन मजा भी आता था यार, एक चीज ऐसी क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. So that is how we created this. Ultimately, this project has got more than 7 times the best airport award. Public choice, not that anybody else is giving. Public is admiring. So that is how, mind इसमें हमने रूफ तो डबल इंसुलेटिंग होती है, तो जब बारिश आती है ना ऊपर से 45 डिग्री में, तो वहाँ पे तो इंसुलेटेड है, तो गटर इंसुलेट नहीं होता था, हमने उस मेटल प्लेट में बना देते थे, तो पानी वहाँ गिरता है ना जब, तो कंडेंसेशन होती है तो ड्रॉप नीचे आ जाती है, तो वो आदमी कहते हैं शायद छत लीक कर रही है, वो पानी ऊपर से कंडेंसेशन से हो रहा था. दिस इज द फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट वेयर वी ऑल्सो डिड गटर डबल इंसुलेटिंग, so that even the condensation on the gutter, we were very cautious, see the gutter detail, that is how we did. So this is how the mood of the building changing with the light from afternoon to evening to night, and this is how the view from hillside. Then we thought, because we made the complexity, Raipur produces 50% of steel in India, so we said that the steel, structure should be dynamic. And second is the Bastar art, how you put the flavor, local flavor. So this is how we went to Bastar. हमने खुद बैठ के वहाँ से सारा काम करवा के, एक एक चीज़ को डेमो बना के, फिगरिंग करके, वहाँ पे कहते यार वहाँ तो तुम फंस जाओगे, मर जाओगे, तो मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, हम तो वहीं जाके बनवाएंगे. तो हम बस्तर में खुद जाके हमने ये काम करवाया सारा, ये सारा, all this Bastar art, how the water body, inner courtyard works like. This is again, we said, wherever you get, we put the solar panel. Wherever we made a lake, so we use this water, all storm water of the airport goes into this lake and we stored it, use it for landscaping, use it for flushing, use it for air conditioning, and use this water as well. Vadodara, absolutely simple. This again, a national competition, we won this, and this is like, absolutely simple, but you see both the sides are west facade and this is north and south like this. So west facade is dead, no windows, so that the heat doesn't go in. So, and the front is again the glazing, it's a projection of 14 meters. So we tried to see how you cut the south sun, cut the west sun, and create that sort of an architecture where we get absolutely soothing light. No false ceiling, and we see that how we do the acoustics of the building. There is no echo, the sound system works. So all those parameters, how do you address various things in these projects? PA system has to work finally, those things are also being taken care of. So this is how it looks. This was inaugurated by Modi one time, the first time when he became the Prime Minister, and I think it was one of his first airport which was inaugurated. So I'll just go skip over. This is how Vadodara is. This is the plank, this thing, where on the west, no penetration of heat going inside the building. Basic principles everywhere you find in the project. This is the food court, exciting food court outside, so become more lively. This is how. So Agartala, now again absolutely simple. You see the roof is absolutely flat and simple. Because nazar aani nahi hai, to kyun pange le? So humne, this is how we try to understand ourselves, our follies, our mistakes, and this is the actual photograph. These are the elements which try to showcase through the Tripura, Agartala, what are the various things, the green, the wood, all those aspects. We tried the bamboo, then Tripura art, which has to be there. And this is how we put all this inside. This is the landscape, the exterior expression of green, which we wanted to give. This is how from inside. And this is the local flavor which we give inside in the Agartala airport. It was in COVID, this was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister, and this is now the other flavor of Varanasi. I showed you that triangulation, now it is the Ganges waves. So we thought, an option which can, give me better understanding. So. So now we created the flow of shape, and this is how we did this, taking lead from a board to various other aspects, the waves, and then just see that how we put the local flavor. This is like a board, and then the Sanskrit shlokas are written. Then this that's like a silk sari pattern, the local flavor in the interior. How do you correlate all these elements here? And this again, you see this sari and ceiling, you know, various other elements. This is again one of the another airports in Tamil Nadu, which is under construction, local flavor. This is what we are now in trends of new trends in aviation, where whenever you go, you must find a local flavor art, architecture put together. So this is how we're doing this. Now we come to, I'm just closing down slowly, and now we coming to the railway station. Now India is in new shaping, infrastructure largely, I'm saying, because there's so much of work to do. You know, we have touched of people, talented people who can work all this, and visioning new things together is like now, this is the list of 38 railway stations, and I think we back more. Now we have about 48 of them. You know, that is how all these railway stations are being now taken care of by our, you know, it's like a small creative group, you know. So that is where we are finding so exciting to do all these, you know, projects. So this is how station development. They were very massive projects. How much you can vision now. I showed you Vandara, which is like 25,000 crore project for a PPP mode operator, like Borivali, then Howrah, where all those things are happening. Chennai, Egmore, my friend is here. He's been, what do you call it, the PMC head, and he was there. So much complex, so difficult. It's not that too easy to really get them going, So there are issues, there are many more sensitive ways of dealing things, and then only you are able to go ahead and achieve the target and able to, now. This is the new Chennai Egmore. On the other side, we are making the railway station. On the main side, it is the heritage which is there. This is the new railway station which is happening. And like now Lucknow is like Charbagh again, where this is all heritage has to be maintained. How to interface the heritage with the contemporary architecture is very challenging. So all these things need to be addressed, understood, then only the matter of conservation, matter of many more things, landscaping, this holistic approach towards, then also I need to return on money, all that is happening. We need to understand all aspects, putting into this, this is how you see, this is Surat, under construction now. We are doing this project, again, a very massive project, Surat. And this is Kota railway station under construction. This is again Dakania is also part of Kota, another station. This is Dakania, and this is Lok Manya Tilak railway station at Bombay again. We're doing 3 of the major railway stations in Bombay. We're doing Pune, and this is the Lok Manya Tilak, this thing, Pune railway station. And then this is Pune, and this is the Wardha railway station you saw, and Agra again now falling into the great heritage and giving that sort of a architecture. Now this is probably not an Islamic art. Maybe if you see, look at it, we need to go with time and understanding what is the need of the hour and how do you contemplate the architecture of today. This is how we played with the Rajasthani architecture flavor and putting into the Agra, this thing. So now there is another Ambala, which is again a junction. This is again there. And now I touch upon, lastly, just another 5-10 minutes maximum. I think, are you with me or you're hungry? If you are with me, then it is okay. Otherwise, I can also conclude. But the only thing is because I am in Delhi, मेरा और कोई काम था नहीं. मैं सवेरे मैडम ने मुझे 3 बजे उठाया कि भैया 6 बजे की और कोई है ही नहीं थी बाहर आने के लिए. तो मैं भी बड़े प्यार से आया हूँ. तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि कुछ ना कुछ तो मैं आपस में शेयर कर जाऊँ. तो इसलिए अगर 15 मिनट और आप ले लोगे 10 मिनट तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. तो आज ओके. So now this is I'm showcasing you, another very exciting project. Petropol, Bangladesh border. We're doing another land port. This we were doing. We got Kartarpur. We were nominated by the Home Ministry to do the Kartarpur. No competition, nothing of that kind. हमें उन्होंने काम दे दिया. हम इतने खुश हुए जैसे गुरु नानक ने हमारी झोली में एक काम डाला. I see Nanak there. That's why when I was doing it, I started looking at it. I started reading, more about Nanak. मैंने कहा यार, being a Sikh, being a Punjabi, being an Indian, मुझे एक काम मिल गया, एक ग्लोबल काम है, तो कुछ तो कोशिश करो यार, इसमें क्या ऐसा फ्लेवर डालूं कि यार मैं भी, है ना, justifying myself as the seeker of the great Guru Nanak. how I can, if I have an opportunity. So I was trying to put all art, architecture, sculpture, paintings, history, मैंने सारा उसमें वहाँ डाला, we made that design. और फिर उसके बाद में क्या होगा, होम सेक्रेटरी आया, कहता यार अब तो 25 दिन रह गए, मैं कोई ठेकेदार तो ढूंढ नहीं सकता, पेंटिंग कोई नहीं कर, मैं नहीं कर सकता, तुम ही ठेका लो। मैंने कहा मैं तो डिजाइन बना सकता हूँ, मैं बनाऊँ कैसे? कहता मुझे नहीं मालूम, तो और तो कोई तरीका नहीं है बनाने का। Then I had made 400 artists were working on making the paintings, large painting. We created the legacy of Nanak's travel of 32,000 square kilometers. We showed where all he went, to Makkah, to Haridwar, to Varanasi, to Jagannath Puri, and all that we showed. Then also the Nanak's oneness, Ek Omkar, God is one, no God is only one. How do you put that? That also we tried to put. Then his verses of Nanak, the main Gurbani verses of Japji, that Mool Mantra was heard in the prayers when you started. My friend Sandeep started with that. So that is all that because it's like a border opening, Pakistan with India. How do you create that universal touch? And how do you create the friendship? How do you create the coolness? How do you create the peace, unity? So that this is I will not go much, but this is Petropol and this is Kartarpur. This is how we started, how it should look, the main entrance, the lobby, the reception area, and the cafeteria, and then the terminal building, and that is how we did this based on Kanda, a symbol of oneness in humanity. That is what Kirpan is not, it is not talwar, it is Kirpan, is to be blessed. So that is what we try to symbolize that into the shape. You see that terminal, which is also like a khanda. So that was a concept we tried to develop, and this is how we did this. And again, this is granted, 5-star, all things done as per the green, building norms, and we did this, and this is how the night shot is. You see, we had, जब अपना भारत का तिरंगा लगा रहे थे तो हमने कहा कितना लगाएं, तो हम पहाड़ी के ऊपर खड़े होते थे कि पाकिस्तान के वहाँ से नजर आए, तो हमने इसको 300 फुट ऊंचा यहाँ पे ये लगाया, so that we feel proud that this is what India is all about. So this is what we did, and this is how it was done. All steel work off the side, at the side, all that done. 4 months time, 400 crore project. It's not a joke, it's a magic. I would say it's a Guru Nanak's magic that we're able to create a 400 crore project in 4 months. So that is what this project is all about. See this, how 4 months, 2-year project, timeline completed within 4 months. This is how it looks, and center theme is Ek Omkar, and here Modi ji came, took a selfie also, and here, and everybody goes and take a selfie here. So that is, we feel so proud that we are the architect. अभी सारे काउंसिल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर के सारी काउंसिल गई थी, अमोक जी, सारे उन्होंने वहाँ अमृतसर में मीटिंग की काउंसिल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर ने, और सारे ने मुझे भी कहा आपके साथ चलेंगे वहाँ पे करतारपुर. So we went here and everybody saw it, and that is, I feel so honored that यार सारी काउंसिल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर के मेंबर के, it's a great thing, great event for a kid, for an architect, and this is how you see inside Modi ji again, and this is what I am talking about. These all paintings have been made by me, and concepting the series, the thought, the how Guru Nanak traveled, in first travel, the second travel, the third travel, he went to Hindu places, he went to Islamic places, Buddhist, Jains, all the 4 major, I would say the religion of India at that time, he wanted to convey. He just wanted to go and create not a new religion as say, but only a thought that, it is only oneness, it's no religion. Let's go beyond the fanatism of religion. That was Nanak's thought. लेकिन हमने भी उसको एक धर्म बना दिया. That is sadly not to be a religion, but a way of life. You know, how to live life, that is there. That's why you see, he said only 3 things, you know, kirat karo, vand choko, naam choko. That is why you see the community, the lunch, the langar, the COVID में भी सेवा भाव, ये नानक ने सिखाया था, ना कि कोई और कोई चीज़. So that is what we tried. वो सारा हमने इधर डालने की कोशिश की. This is a restaurant on top and viewing gallery. So I will not show you this much.
सन 1947 जब हमारे हिंदुस्तान ने आज़ादी की सांस ली, हमें इस आज़ादी की बहुत कीमत चुकानी पड़ी और वो कीमत थी बंटवारा. देश को 2 टुकड़ों में बांट दिया गया, हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान. पर अभी भी एक कड़ी थी जो दोनों मुल्क के लोगों के दिलों से जुड़ी हुई थी. डेरा बाबा नानक करतारपुर साहिब और इसी के कॉरिडोर को दोनों देशों के लोगों के लिए शुरू करने की पहल पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री स्वर्गीय श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी ने की थी. वो सपना अब साकार होने जा रहा है. डेरा बाबा नानक करतारपुर साहिब कॉरिडोर अब सबके लिए खुलने जा रहा है. तो आइए आपको ले चलते हैं उस जगह जहां पर कॉरिडोर की तैयारियां शुरू की गई हैं.
कॉरिडोर का ये टेम्परेरी बिल्डिंग का स्ट्रक्चर का काम हो रहा है और बहुत ही कोशिश कर रहे हैं. इसको सारी कोऑर्डिनेशन स्ट्रक्चर की आरसीसी का काम जो भी सभी डिफरेंट ट्रेड्स को हम करके कोशिश कर रहे हैं करने की. तो इस समय बहुत ही कम है इस कॉम्प्लेक्स को कोऑर्डिनेट करने का.
ये प्रोजेक्ट 50 एकड़ में फैला है, जिसकी पैसेंजर टर्मिनल बिल्डिंग 15,860 स्क्वायर मीटर में बनी है और जिसकी एंट्रेंस गेट बिल्डिंग 4,200 स्क्वायर मीटर में बनाई गई है. इस प्रोजेक्ट का टोटल बिल्डअप एरिया है 21,650 स्क्वायर मीटर. यहाँ पर आने वालों की सुविधा के लिए पार्किंग का भी इंतजाम किया गया है, जो कि 12,100 स्क्वायर मीटर में फैला है. इसकी फॉल्स सीलिंग 2,600 स्क्वायर मीटर की है. नेशनल फ्लैग को फहराने के लिए मैस्ट की हाइट 300 फीट रखी गई है.
Concludingly, there are a lot of works in waterways, you know. We're doing a ferry terminal at Vizag, we're doing a Paradip fishery harbor again at Vizag. You know, there are so many opportunities for an architect to go into highways, waterways, you know, airways, railways. You know, all these are happening. So that is what this is the under construction, is a cruise terminal based on a crew shape out when we made this, and this is now under construction. Paradip fishery, again harbour, is like a complete terminal building by itself. Then I just showcasing some of the core architecture work like academic block in Delhi University. How do you create? How do you stimulate? How do you create sustainable architecture in institutions? So that is what we try to do here. This is how we place the building and understanding various things. and this is how the building is being stimulated. You know, shading the shade, maximizing daylight, minimizing heat gain. How do you see it? How you practically wrap the building? How all these things are done. So this is how the architecture innovation. Today we have tools to do that, demonstrate that, and that is what we understand and do it accordingly. So this is how this project looks like. Gem School, Kerala, backwaters, how do you create courtyard, how do you see the wind goes into the courtyard and it becomes sustainable. So basic principles, again this is a graduated building, you know, all these elements, how do you do this? This is, now this project is complete. This IIA University, you know, auditorium, sports arena, you know, it's like this has 8 badminton courts, and then you can the 5,000 capacity, you can divide into small group, and you can have all that facility within this. So this is, I will not show, I will not take time now, and this is how this project is all about. And then again, Congo Engineering College, Perumdurai, this was the, in 2000 we did this, a 5,000 capacity auditorium, you know, and this is, we created here the complete, you know, engineering college, plus, you know, taking shape from the Guru and how you intersect and how you create this. And these are the 3 wings of the auditorium and 5,000 capacity with the center as the balcony. And when you go here, you see this is the basketball court. This is 1 badminton court, another badminton court and badminton court, 4 badminton court, plus a basketball court. Is this multi-purpose auditorium with a large capacity of, you know, this is how it functions, and this is how we did this, and this is how we demonstrate 5,000 people inside this auditorium. And this is the pre-function area and DPI campus, again in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. Lastly, I just go, you know, Jamshedpur city, which I was narrating, a city of 64 square kilometers, which also is like park within city, city within a park. How do you create that sort of a neighborhood, walkable city? So that is what we did. This exercise was done for about 2 years. We did it with Frederick Scotch and Arup from US together, and this is how we call this town within park, park within city. How you do this? This is how we visualize, and this is the Tata Steel. This is Tata Steel, the purple, Tata Motors, and rest yellow, and other is the residential area, and other side is the river, and this was the vacant area when we were analyzing. Then we said, how do you collect all the negative areas, the vacant areas in the Jamshedpur city, and then we analyzed, yes, this can be done. So this is how we created all open areas which are left out areas into the green areas, and now one neighborhood to another neighborhood, you are walking through the green and it becomes walkable, it becomes cyclable, and this is how the cities can be, and this is how even the outside peripheral road is covered and it's landscaped into green, and this is how the city would look like. Another memorial, Gopinath Munde's in Aurangabad, you know, again, this is, you know, tender has been out, and how, you know, create the museum and other facilities as well. ये इसलिए मैं दिखा देता हूँ यार, थोड़ा ये भी हम करते हैं, you know, तो कहीं खाली मुझे उससे मत कर देना कि रेलवे स्टेशन एंड एयरपोर्ट वाला है, तो इसलिए आर्किटेक्चर में तो पैशन है, जहाँ चले जाओ वही काम करो, उसमें मजा आना चालू हो जाएगा. So this is how, you know, now we're talking about Chennai International Model Hub. This already I have expressed, and I will not go into detail. And this is the metro, Chennai Metro we did at Chennai. And lastly, my friend is also here. I am very passionate to show this, how you space and soul, how do you create that, how do you create spirituality into architecture. So this was one project where we participated twice. We were shortlisted as first two, and somehow we not be able to come the first. But I just want to say how the projects are baked up, how these vision, Munkeshwar, the statue of oneness, Shankaracharya's, and I'm very happy that my friend has given me the book of Shankaracharya, and I'm just getting to know more about Sadguru Shankaracharya. That is the flavor. How do you put that where I see Shankaracharya into the campus? That is the soul of architecture. How do you put that vocabulary? So that is what we tried.
Statue of Oneness and Institute for Advaita Vedanta, Acharya Shankar Sanskritik Ekta Nyas. The proposed site is situated in Omkareshwar, Madhya Pradesh, adjoining to Narmada River, alongside Mandat Island, primarily known for its Shiva Jyotirling. Sarvakarmani Mansa Sanyasyaste Sukham Vashi, Navadvare Pure Devi Nair Arban Karya. Proposed International Institute of Advaita Vedanta is based on principles of Guru Adi Shankaracharya philosophy. Our proposal conceptualizes the design by exploring the 5 elements, also known as the 5 Mahabhutas, through 9 doors of body known as Natva to reach the 10th door, also known as the soul or the oneness. The center of the soul or the oneness is evolved from the philosophy of Sri Yantra, also known as Sri Chakra, which is also a sacred instrument used for worship, devotion and meditation. Sri Yantra symbolizes Shiv Shakti through sacred geometrical pattern. Arranging the blocks throughout the natural contours in different directions, signifying the 4 pithans established by Sri Acharya Ji, are held together through central focal point or block known as the meditation center. The central block or meditation center is the true significance of oneness. The hierarchy of the blocks emphasize the grade of 9 times 9 as per Nakara architecture.
Nepal airport with 4 runways on 20,000 hectares of land, and again an airport outside in this thing. And this is Smart Habitat Foundation. These are the books which I have authored. And lastly, all these projects we try to do net zero, looking beyond net zero. How do you do this? And this is hopefully we are making some preamble to create sustainable Indian smart cities. How do you do that? What are the various issues? We writing papers and communicating with the Honorable Prime Minister as well, so that whatever we create should be remembered for all. So that is what we're trying. This is my office. Here we work. These are some of the magazines which have been, there. And lastly, I say our vision is nature is life, life is nature, adore nature, love nature, eat nature, live in nature, and we will actually the cosmic energy is nature. So thank you very much for a patient hearing. I just wanted to convey, I know it's hard time to listen, मैं तो बोलते ही रहूँगा, लेकिन सुनने के लिए बहुत दिमाग चाहिए, बड़ी वो चाहिए, क्या नाम कहते हैं, साधना चाहिए। मैं बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि आपने इतना मुझे सुनने के लिए पेशेंस रखी। Thank you very much.
Amazing, mesmerizing, thoughtful, excellent, and innovative. I'm short of adjectives. I would say that it is an excellent amalgamation. You started with senses, 5 elements in the cardinal direction and Vastu, taking care of climate and human comfort in all your projects. The story from the clubhouse to 52 airports, 48 railway terminals, land ports, and whatnot. The content was informative, the learnings are collectible, and the complete audience is impressed. Once again, a big round of applause for this excellent presentation, and the forum is now open for questions. Any questions, please? Any questions, please?
I think we'll talk on dinner. That will be better.
Sir, I request to please be over here. Hello. To felicitate Architect Charanjit Shah sir, I request Chapter Chairman Architect Vibha Srivastav and the Honorary Treasurer Architect Anish Pal Singh to please come on stage and felicitate Architect Charanjit Shah sir with the memento and stool. I also invite, so please, today's guest of honor, Architect Amol Gupta ji, please, on stage, and the special guest, Architect Sanjeev Bam sir also, please on the stage. I request Architect Raviraj, please, to felicitate and present memento plus toll to Architect Amol Gupta sir, please. I request Architect Snehal Sondake to please come on stage to felicitate our special guest. Okay, I I request architect Divya Singhal to please come on stage for the felicitation of our special guest, architect Sanjeev Bam sir. Round of applause for all the degrees, and thanks to architect CHARANJIT SHAH sir, please. Thank you all. Thank you. I think now architect Anish Pal sir have an announcement, please.
Good evening. It gives me immense pleasure to announce today that IIA MP chapter is entering into its golden jubilee year. From December 1st till 2024 December, we will be celebrating the golden jubilee year of IIA MP chapter. And to announce the first event of this golden jubilee year, I am happy to announce that architect Bibal Patel has accepted our offer to be present in Bhopal in the second week of December. I request you all to please be present and attend this great event. Thank you so much.
One more announcement is there. I request Rahul Tiwari to please come on stage. Okay, Center Chairman Architect Akshay Selukar is over here for the announcement. Please.
Can I get that poster on the screen? Although this announcement is only for students, so because many professors, teachers and representatives from different institutions are there. So IIA Bhopal Center is organizing a bamboo competition where we are inviting students to submit their entries, and it's a night canteen and which we will try to get it complete, and we have kept some prize money also. So I request all of you to, if you can circulate this information to respective colleges and institutions, and it's a very great opportunity. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akshay. Thanks a lot. तो सफर की हद है वहां तक कि कुछ निशान रहे. सफर की हद है वहां तक कि कुछ निशान रहे. चले चलो कि जहां तक ये आसमान रहे. आपके प्रोजेक्ट से तो यही लगता है सर. ये क्या कि उठाए कदम और आ गई मंजिल. ये क्या कि उठाए कदम और आ गई मंजिल. मजा तो तब है कि पैरों में कुछ थकान रहे. तो नॉलेज शेयरिंग सीरीज के इस सफर की निरंतरता के प्रण के साथ आई इनवाइट आर्किटेक्ट मनोज श्रीमल टू प्रेजेंट वोट ऑफ थैंक्स, एंड आफ्टर द वोट ऑफ थैंक्स ऑल आर इनवाइटेड फॉर कॉकटेल्स एंड डिनर्स. मनोज श्रीमल जी, प्लीज.
Thank you, Sandeep sir, for giving me this opportunity. So, good evening all. I am architect Manoj Shrimal from IIMP chapter. So, first of all, IIMP chapter and associated centers and sub-centers are very thankful to architect Charanjit SHAH sir for accepting our invitation and enlightening us with his thoughts, ideas, experiences and immense knowledge regarding the avenues for architects in urban infrastructure development. His sharing of experiences in designing of airports and urban infrastructure has imparted us with the rich knowledge and learning. It has opened new windows of inspiration to the architects present here. And I would also like to extend our thanks to guest of honor, architect Amod Gupta sir, and special guest for today's program, architect Sanjeev Bam sir. We are also thankful to all the center and sub-center office bearers for their kind presence. And also team IIA MP chapter would like to thank all the guests present here. Last but not the least, we are thankful to our sponsor, Aerolem, Yash Patel ji, the director, Aerolem, and without whose support, this event wouldn't have been possible. So thank you very much.